Thank you so much for joining me for this week's edition of Just Ask Jay. This week is all about spirit stalkers of the residual kind, and I received the most amazing questions from absolutely everyone. But this week, big shout out to Chiclet and to Monica for your questions. And I'm going to get started because I absolutely loved these questions. Now, Chiclet writes, I have an old desk that was given to me, and the woman who owned it committed suicide. Since I brought it into the house, there's been things happening. Is it possible that there's residual energy with this desk? You know, Chiclet, I'm going to tell you that I agree that there would be. And sometimes it's the case, sometimes it's not. Not every item you're going to bring into a house is going to have a connection to it if someone committed suicide, because sometimes there's no residual energy with the items. But in a case like this, I would think that if she used the desk and was attached to it or spent a lot of time there, you would most likely feel her energy in your space. Now, what I would suggest to you, first of all, is that I would ask you to smudge your area. And the thing is, with suicides, many times what happens is that soul stays grounded. It stays stuck between realms before it goes and progresses through to the other side. And sometimes if a person has, used that desk quite often, let's say in your case, and was depressed, was using their computer, was, that kind of thing, you're going to feel that emotion, you're going to feel that energy in your surroundings, because it's that person's belonging and it's that person's residual energy that's kind of hitchhiked its way into your house with that item that you brought into your home. So I would tell you, smudge that area really good, cleanse the desk. Also, I would offer a ceremony in honor of that person and send them into the light and see if that works for you. Anybody's capable of doing that if you really believe that you can inside your heart. Just do it with good intention and close your eyes. Visualize a lot of light and just ask that spirit to gently trust the light and to go into it. If that doesn't work, Chiclet, I'm going to tell you that I would simply get rid of that desk in a very respectful manner, not to disrespect that soul, but I would get rid of it. And that's me. But you asked me a question, so I'm answering very honestly. Now, again, not every item that you're going to bring into a home from someone that's committed suicide is going to be attached to it. It's only if there's something happening, and that's what residual energy is. It's an old memory that's attached to an item that keeps or tends to replay memories around those items. So if it's a wedding ring, let's say, and someone was very depressed and wore this wedding ring before they passed away, questioning their marriage, it's possible that that ring is going to hold that energy. So when the person wears it, they're going to feel down or depressed, that kind of thing, Thank you so much, Chiclet. Make sure that you smudge, sweetie, and best of luck with your desk. Now, Monica had a very interesting question here. A little bit of background, which I'm going to read here. And it says, thank you for acknowledging my post, and you're very welcome, Monica. I do have a serious question to ask, and I'll give you some background first. This spring, I met a young man at a bus stop. We were heading the same direction. He told me he recently lost his baby to SIDS. Also, his wife was not coping. About 2 weeks after our encounter, I started to hear a voice inside my head. It was not of my own conscious thoughts. The voice was speaking to the young man's baby. It was telling the baby that his mom needed to hear from him. This went on for 3 days. On the third day, I did have a thought of my own. I told the baby that he could speak to his mom in her dreams. That's such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Monica, for doing that. Everything stopped at that point. And I believe that it would stop at that point. Nothing has happened since. Jay, please explain to me what happened. Did I really help that baby and his mom? I think, Monica, that you did. And the things I'm going to tell you very simply. Residual energy can come to us in different ways, and I think that when you were at the bus stop with that male, that when you were talking about that baby was there in spirit, and that baby most likely felt very comfortable with you, knowing that you most likely would be able to hear it. Now, this may happen to you once in a lifetime, this may happen to you again, this may never happen again, but this does happen, and it's happened to me. And I could tell you stories. I've written stories. I could tell you it's crazy, but you're not crazy. I think that you had residual energy, and you had a little stalker, a little spiritual stalker that knew that you could hear its thoughts. And the thing is, I believe that that's the way it comes through. Maybe this man felt that you were very special to open up his heart to you and to speak to you about the loss of his baby. It's got to be the most amazing um, difficult experience that anybody can have. Is this absolutely crazy? The grief associated with the child, and it doesn't matter how old that child is. But the thing is, I believe that that baby could have very well felt that you were able to sense it. And when you told that baby what it could do, because maybe it did not have the awareness that it could come to see its mother in its dreams. But I'm so thankful that you did that, because I believe that the dream world is the gateway to the other side, and that you can communicate through dreams. And I'm glad that you guided the baby through that light and through telling it to go visit its mother, subconsciously speaking, in order to give her some type of closure. So I do believe that you did help that baby. I do believe that you would have helped that mother as well if that baby would have followed your thoughts and your advice. And I'm going to tell you, I think that's the most beautiful thing that I've read in a very long time. And a lot of people think, well, that's not possible. Why would I be hearing that? That's just crazy. But no, you know what? Spirit works in very, very mysterious ways. And that baby needed to know, to let his mother know that he or she was fine. So I want to thank you so much, Monica. You had a little residual hitchhiker spirit follow you home. So that's what you had. But by telling it to go to the light through a dream, that's what I believe you did. I believe that you sent that child to a good way of giving his mother closure, or her mother closure. And that residual energy is, stuck around for 3 days until you finally felt comfortable enough to be able to share your heart with what you were feeling. So thank you so much for doing that. I want to thank absolutely everybody who's written to Just Ask Jay. I'm going to be checking out your questions again next week. So please, in the meantime, if you have a question about the afterlife, about residual energy, about dreams, about ghosts, about hauntings, about spirits, about loved ones, about the other side, about anything, just ask Jay. Thank you. Bye-bye.